Okay, so now we're gonna try and be a little more positive. I wasn't trying to make fun of any of the other sports. I would just like to get a little clarity on, as a society on the internet, what we consider a sport and what we do not consider a sport. So now I'm gonna be going through, as promised, ranking my top 10 favorite sports, which ones I think are the best. You might be able to tell which one's gonna be number one, but we'll save that till the end. We'll start with 10, and this may be a little sad for people because this is one of the most popular sports, at least with men in my age bracket, which is number 10 best sports. I'm gonna have to go with golf. I'm sorry to do it to all the golfers out there. It is in my top 10, but not one of my favorite sports. I don't think it's that good because there's no real athleticism, size, strength, yes, is helpful, but it's really just like hand-eye technique. I mean, they are definitely athletes, but and even John Daly, people say, oh, well, John Daly can make it as a professional golfer. I bet he's a pretty good athlete compared to other golfers. He looks like he can move and has some, dexterity and could play other sports, but maybe I'm way wrong. But I don't know. Golf is not very high on my list. Maybe it's because I'm bad at it and way too tall to ever play. But it is a top 10 sport. So, and another one that is hugely popular on the internet, on YouTube. All these guys with their golf groups making golf content is huge. I get that the courses are beautiful and it's nice to be outside and all that is fun, but I don't know. Golf is it comes in at a respectable 10 on my list. I don't know if that's respectable or not, but let's go to number 9. For me, I got boxing at 9. And this is a good sport. I mean, tons of athleticism. Obviously, it's just people punching each other in the face, but lots of skill required. When a big fight comes around, my friends and I get excited. I think that's a good spot for boxing. 9. Um, and continuing with the same theme, at 8, I would have the MMA. It's not my favorite sport, but when there are big fights, it is definitely exciting to watch. And it's way above wrestling, which is a sport, but definitely one of the worst to watch is wrestling. Men trying to mount each other and pin their backs or whatever they do. I would have been horrible at wrestling and would be still, but it doesn't make any sense. The MMA I get, when they stand up and fight, it's amazing. It is exciting to watch, and those fights when you get together with a group, it is a lot of fun, but a lot of times it's just a dud. It's just guys that end up wrestling and doing jujitsu and looking for control and stuff like that. And I don't get what's going on, and that is not enjoyable to watch. That is not that enjoyable of a sport. When you get fireworks, you get a big fight. It is enjoyable. So I think MMA, respectable. Come on. What do you guys think? 8 on my list. Number 7 on my list. I've got I don't know. I think it's in a good spot, but it's volleyball. And mainly for me, I like sand volleyball. Indoor volleyball is not that great. For girls, it's good. For guys, it's not as exciting. I don't know why, but sand volleyball is awesome. A lot of fun to play. A lot of cool points, a lot of diving around, and people laughing, having fun. I think that's a good sport. Sand volleyball, you got guys that jump out of the gym to spike it down. You get the blocks, you get the cool look, you get the pretty girls. No offense to the Olympians who work very hard at sand volleyball, but it's a great sport. I think sand volleyball pushes this way up my list, and so I've got it at 7. After that is a sport that I don't really watch that much, but when you go to the games, it is really exciting, and you can see why so many people love it. That's hockey. Again, another one that's maybe lower on my list because I'm not good at it. I can't skate. I never played hockey. I don't really want to try. I want to try and skate, maybe one day, but not to play hockey. Too much coordination. Somebody gonna check you. It is a tough sport. gladiator sport. Those guys are a little bit different than basketball players, will go out and play through anything. Cool sport. You could drop the gloves, you could fight. There's a toughness and edge to the way they play. It is fun to watch on TV and in person. So I got to put hockey up there at 6. And at 5, maybe this is going to be a little controversial for some people, but I got tennis. I think tennis is actually really fun to watch. Now, once again, for the big matches, I mean, you could say this about everything on my list, definitely UFC, boxing, sand volleyball. I only watch the Olympics, to be honest, but hockey, the big matches, the games that are important, I think are so fun to watch in tennis. Alcaraz versus Djokovic, or whoever the big names are at the time, Medvedev and the big German guy, I'm not sure what his name is, but anyway, these guys are super talented, a lot of coordination, a lot of cardio. I mean, you got to play for 4 hours sometimes. It's pretty remarkable what they do, the way they hit the ball, the shots that they can make. I mean, it's incredible. Hit the line, pinpoint accuracy, then run back and get it again. And it is fun to watch. So I've got tennis pretty high on my list. But all right, 4 on my list. 4 through 1 are a little bit easier as an American. These are the top ones, I think. So fun to watch, all of them. But at 4, I've got baseball, the American Classic. I remember growing up, my grandpa's era, this is what they loved, was the baseball team. And, I'd have the NBA game on, and my grandpa would be like, let's turn on the Cardinals, let's turn on the MLB, let's watch baseball. That's what they grew up on. So it has died down a little bit, but I still got it high on my list. 4. I think baseball during the playoffs is so exciting. I don't really watch a lot during the regular season, to be honest, but it's a bit slow of a sport. It's the complete opposite of hockey, which is nonstop. You can't even predict where the puck is going sometimes. You're trying to follow. But baseball, it is a little slow, but an exciting sport. Really fun to watch. The postseason, the history behind it. I think baseball has got to be high on the list at 4. For me, 3 is, maybe this is a little controversial because Americans might not have it that high, but soccer, or football as they call it in Europe or around the world, is number 3. Beautiful sport. Super talented, these guys, the cardio, the stamina, the speed, the agility, the quickness, but then the skill to do some of the stuff that they do only using their feet. It's very impressive. I love the Premier League. I only watch really the English League, the big Champions League games. And one of the best parts about soccer is the national team. No one else has a national team that I really care about. I mean, baseball, no. Basketball during the Olympics, a little bit. Obviously, American football, no one else plays. But soccer is incredible. The international, you got to represent your country. It's so fun. There's a lot of pretty even teams, and it makes the tournaments really fun. And that's why it probably sucks for the players, because it's become a year-round sport, because we want to see you play for your clubs, then we want to see you play for your national team. It's fun to watch. So I got soccer coming in at 3. At number 2, as you could predict, maybe as an American, although the Rams left us, you got to go with American football. It's the best game. Strategy, violence, stamina, freak athletes, huge guys, small, cornerbacks who are so quick and agile and athletic. It really does have it all. And I think one of the best things, it makes it completely different from hockey, which I always say, what the hell could a hockey coach ever do? Like, as soon as the puck drops, it's just chaos. Like, you could get, you got to rile your team up or whatever, but what strategy could you implement in hockey? I mean, the coach can't do anything. But for football, the play stops every time. There's a new play that you draw up, reset, you get whatever, 30, 40 seconds to get another playoff. It's like coaching matters big time. Like if you dial up the perfect play on offense, or if you dial up a blitz on defense, well, now they've got a blitz, so we do a screen and the screen works and we score a touchdown. It's like they're looking at you, coach. You better have some plays. You better have some answers. So it's fun to watch the breaks, the strategy. You know, it does seem like sometimes too many breaks, but it is a fun sport to watch. I mean, you get guys, wide receivers jumping out of the gym and making incredible catches. You get huge tackles. You get drama. It is a good sport. But let's get to number one. And for me, it's obviously basketball, the best of the sports. It's almost like the biggest guys. It's so fun to watch because they're the biggest guys. That's why I don't get strongmen on YouTube are huge. Everyone loves them. But Rudy Gobert, who is a basketball player who's 7'3" and has maybe less than 10% body fat and is coordinated, even though he's got size 20 shoes or whatever, like, is hated. And I get that he's French, but the size of the basketball players is really something incredible. The athleticism, the touch. Someone like Jokic, who's the best player, is 6'11" and 280 pounds. And if he wanted to, he could be 315 like some of these other strong men or whatever. But he runs up and down the court. He's in, decent shape, and he's got these dancing feet, and he's got this strength, and he's got, I don't know, it's just the perfect sport. It's balanced in terms of athleticism and skill and strength and passing and coordination, like all the different things that come with playing basketball. Plus, it's the biggest guys in the world, so it's the best sport. To me, also, I should point out, the NBA is not as clunky as college. I do prefer the NBA, but basketball is the best sport. Same with the NFL. College football, I don't really like as much. It's not as smooth as the NFL and as crisp and good to watch, I guess, for lack of a better word. And I think the same thing about the NBA with basketball. It's just a better product. It looks better than the college game. And I think basketball's got to be number one on your list. And it just blows my mind that it's not. We're going to play, some of these videos just to see. These things do not blow up on the internet, but they should. People should be involved in the NBA more. I think these players are incredible. I know it is a little bit different with the NBA than with other YouTube videos. It feels like, you have a closer connection with them, but the players in the NBA blow my mind. The speed and strength and athleticism, like I said, is incredible. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is Sports2L. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think, where I'm wrong, what I'm missing. Did I denigrate your sport? I'm sorry to do that. Did I make a fool of myself with my top 10 list? I've got tennis over the MMA. Am I going to get roasted for that? Let me know.